Hey, this is Organic Robot, and this is Let's Play Red Dead Redemption. It was a game released May of last year, and it's Western themed and open world, and was published by Rockstar and developed by Rockstar San Diego, as that revolver bullet shows. And we have a nice vista here with a log cabin, some pretty Western United States looking trees. Seems to be a location we'll visit in the game. But let's go ahead and just start our game. And you may notice Undead Nightmare is an option. That was a DLC release for the game. We're going to leave that untouched for now. But right now I should go into the history of this game. The first one was actually called Red Dead Revolver, and it didn't do so well. Critical acclaim was mixed. Sales were kind of low. It was pretty disappointing for Rockstar compared to the success of the Grand Theft Auto series. So I guess with this game, try to do. I remember reading that this was the last chance for the developers. Like, if they didn't pull this game off, then I guess the whole Red Dead series would be over. And let's just say they pulled it off pretty well. It's definitely one of the better Western games I've played, and that's a joke because, as you may know, there's not many Western games out. Especially not free roam, mostly RPGs. But let's start a new game.
Well, I, for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? That hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently, the Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other. And who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Okay, we're in Armadillo. First, let's see how the controls are. L to walk around, R to look around. Pretty basic. One thing you might notice from, also you shouldn't pull your gun out on civilians to try to zoom in to show the people watching the video. Everyone has a lot more life in them. It seemed like GTA 4 was a step up from the other ones, and this one's a step up from that. I mean, look. It seems like an actual western town, which I have to take time to commend. But back to the LP. What would be a stop in a old west town without stopping by the saloon? But wait, who's that? Oh, it's a drunk guy. You know what drunk guys are good for? Showing off the Euphoria game engine physics. This is to prove to you this is based off the Euphoria engine. Fantastic. Anyway, back to the saloon.
You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Okay, I guess it's time to get a horse. Wouldn't be a western game without one of them. And someone screaming in the distance, also a key feature of westerns. In retrospect, probably not. Anyway, let's horse controls are relatively the same. We use L to move the horse, and we use the X button. This is the PS3 version to gallop. You can use R1 to slow your horse in case you're making it go at a train at unstoppable speeds. And to make us go faster, we can tap X.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I said, you
Oops.
ain't gonna find many folk round those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as an ulcerated back tooth. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Anyway, a nice feature is the holding X to maintain speed. It makes you go at a kind of autopilot. You still have to navigate turns, but it makes these type of
Are you planning on
companion
spending
travels a
any
lot
time in
better.
Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves' Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hole up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all? Yeah.
Anyway, from the looks of it, we seem to be in a type of desert. The game has different sets of biomes.
Oh, it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson. Do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
Looks like we're almost there.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
I'll tell you, Mr. Marston, those coyotes eat better than I do.
Another
Not far
neat
now.
feature, which I
You'll
think
see the
carried over
fort
from
when you
Grand
get
Theft
to the
Auto
top of this
4,
hill.
is the ability to focus on important objects. It's kind of difficult while following someone because you have to hold X and circle, which involves using all your thumb. I think it's
Listen,
difficult.
This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Fort Mercer. It looks pretty abandoned from here.
Yeah.
We're not really sure what our motives are. Let's see. Let me see if I can actually break the horse. Or stop it, I should say.
Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge. No more Dutch. And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.